So when people tell us, oh, what is one person gonna do and how is that gonna impact the world? She went vegan, now I'm vegan, our older sister's vegan, my mother's vegan, Julian is vegan, like all our inner circle is vegan, right? And our best friends are vegan. So that's what, when you say like, of course, you can make a change, and it all started with a video on YouTube. So that's amazing, like the immense approach we can have with people. You know, if we just start getting out there and just sharing is what we're always saying, people, like just share your message and how you view the world. Doesn't matter if 2 people are watching.
Welcome to the Power Plant Body podcast. My name is Taylor, and this show is focused on self-development. I found in my own life, as well as the lives of my clients that I've worked with, that it's human nature to focus on goals in one area of life, or maybe 2 areas of life if you're lucky, to the detriment of the other areas of your life. For this reason, there's a tool that I use with my clients called the Goal Wheel that is specifically designed to shed light on how you might be preventing yourself from living the fullest life possible. In a nutshell, the Goal Wheel is a circle drawn on a piece of paper that's being divided into 8 quadrants. The 8 quadrants are family and friends, romance, fun and recreation, health and fitness, finances, personal growth and spirituality, career, and physical environment. Basically, you give yourself a score between 1 and 10 for each of these areas of your life, and that allows you to see where you're excelling and putting your attention, but it also shows you the areas of your life that you're currently neglecting. The areas of life that we neglect are often the areas that we need to work on the most. And that's exactly why I started this podcast, to share insights from teachers who are experts in one or more of these areas of the Goal Wheel. Each interview is meant to inspire you to take action in one of those areas so that you can live a more fulfilled and balanced life. To get your hands on a free copy of the Goal Wheel PDF so that you can use it to create meaningful goals and take steps to achieve them, head over to powerplantbody.com/free-tools. You'll find a bunch of other free tools and resources there as well. Eilina and Jillian, or the Om Twiins as they're known on Instagram, radiate positive energy and are possibly 2 of the sweetest, most compassionate people you'll ever meet. It's easy to understand why 8 years ago these 2 felt compelled to adopt a compassionate vegan lifestyle. Nowadays, it's easier than ever for someone to go vegan. In most cities, you can find plant-based restaurants and vegan alternatives in just about any grocery store. But Jillian and Eileen went vegan 8 years ago, and they did so in a town in Mexico. Needless to say, these 2 were truly pioneers in their community. They now run a women's gym in Playa del Carmen in Mexico, where they promote living a compassionate life with all of their clients. Jillian and Eileen passionately work with clients using a holistic approach, helping them build a strong foundation by forging a healthy, positive mindset to achieve their goals. On social media, Jillian and Eileen are known as the Om Twiins, and they've been using their voice to share their message of compassion with over 200,000 followers. They also work very closely with a number of local animal sanctuaries. Jillian and Eileen are experts in both the health and fitness quadrant and the personal development and the spiritual quadrant of the Goal Wheel. I enjoyed learning more about the Om Twiins and their story, and I know that you're going to get a lot of inspiration from it as well. So without any further delay, I'm grateful to bring you my conversation with Jillian and Eileen, the Om Twiins. Well, I appreciate you 2 being on the show. So Jillian, and I want to make sure I'm saying this, Eileen?
That's right, yes.
Is that right? Okay, perfect. I appreciate you being on the show. I'm super excited to learn more about you guys because I've been following both of you for a while. But yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself to get started, and then we'll go from there.
All right, well, my name is Eileen.
And I'm Jillian.
And together we are the Om Twiins, and we are Mexican, and we love to promote vegan lifestyle and fitness here in Mexico.
Yes.
I love it. What part of Mexico are you 2 in?
We were born we're in Playa del Carmen. We were born in Querétaro, but right now we live in Playa del Carmen.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. Yeah, no, I've never been. I've been to Playa del Carmen, but never been to. Where did you say we were from?
Querétaro.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to say that.
If you've been to Playa del Carmen, you've never really been to Mexico, because it's like very mainstream here. Like there's people from all over the world. But if you go to the middle of Mexico, which is San Miguel de Allende, Querétaro, all that, you really get to see that the Mexico.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Awesome. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of things that I want to ask you, but maybe right off the get-go, because what you're known for two things is, your vegan fitness influencers and your twins. So maybe we could start with the vegan side of things. Just what caused you two to look into veganism and adopt it as a lifestyle, and where are you with it right now? Oh, nice.
Well, it all started with me. I came across with, I went vegetarian first, obviously for ethical reasons. I thought I was doing the best for animals just by cutting meat off my diet. But then I stumbled upon a video that changed my life. It was Gary Yourofsky's best speech. And
right.
It really blew me off. And obviously, if you've seen the speech, you know what I'm talking about. I just loved all the knowledge that he just put in the video, and it didn't even have like much like graphic videos or anything, and it just made me click, you know. So I went overnight before I was vegetarian for 3 years, and then I saw this speech, and overnight I went vegan. And obviously the first person I tried to turn vegan with me was my sister.
Yeah, but we gotta tell you, like, this was how many years ago?
I was like around 17 when I went vegetarian, 20, 21.
So yeah, 11 years ago, Jillian switched her diet, and back then, only being vegetarian was already weird,
like
right? So when she switched to being vegetarian, it was like, wow, Jillian is just, why is she doing this? We question it so much.
I was already the weird twin, and when I went vegetarian, isolating me.
Exactly. So, but we were already like, okay, so it's all right. She looks fine. She's kind of healthy. But when she did veganism, right? Like, we've never heard a word. I was actually traveling back then. We were not together. My family called me, and they were like, Eileen, you gotta come back home because Jillian just joined a cult. and all products out of her diet, and she's gonna disappear, and nobody can like set her right, just you. So you gotta come home and save her. So I came back home thinking that Jillian is gonna be like on a wheelchair and like no hair. I was like, oh my god, poor my sister. And I came back home with Jillian super happy, healthier than ever, and cooking these amazing meals, right? So
yeah, the thing that happened is that when I went vegetarian, obviously I always did it for ethical reasons. So I never really cared about the diet and all this structure. So when I went vegetarian 3 years, I really like went down with my weight. I so much weight.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were super worried when I told them like, hey, I already found out there's cruelty in all these other products. I'm gonna cut them out. So they were like, no, you're gonna disappear. So when I went vegan, I did it my personal, like goal to make it the right way, like how I should have done it in any other diet. I was gonna research my foods, I look into it, and just like be more in control with what I was eating. So
yeah, so it was really amazing to see. And on those 3 months that I came back home trying to change Jillian to back to normal,
I planted a little seed.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't change to veganism right there, or even change to being vegetarian, but I went back on to doing my lifestyle, right, which was in the Caribbean Sea, not doing anything. I would just go spear diving, and it was like that was my lifestyle. So when I came back from being with Jillian 3 months of this lifestyle and everything,
intensive vegan school.
Yeah, I went back to trying to go spear diving and killing fish, and it was just completely out of the question. Like, wow. I started seeing things like they were alive, right? And I was harming them, and I got a panic attack for the first time ever in my life under the water, and I thought I was gonna die. And when I got into sand again, I was like, I'm never gonna touch an animal. I'm never gonna kill them again. So that's how I went vegan, right? So a lot of people feel like, oh, you probably are twins and did the transition at the same time, but it was so different from both of us. Like, Jillian just needed some videos and it clicked, and for me it was an actual experience that was like, oh my god.
This is why we always love to refer, like, that's why we think we need all types of veganism, of activism, because some people can't just watch videos and do the click, but some people have to actually go to vigils or hear it somewhere, some other form to, make the connection. So that's why it's so important that we all try to do our best, find our passions.
Or see your favorite person, like, just rocking the muscles on Instagram and be like, I want to be like them. So part of it, we need all kind of things.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. There's like, everybody finds their way, and it's always out of the thing that resonates the most with them, right? Like, so for you, like you were saying, it was videos, and for you, it was planting that seed, getting that seed planted by your sister, and then going out and doing the things that you had done before, but with a different view, a different understanding of everything. I love that. So you are now helping people see that through your social media, right? And in a myriad of different ways. You're a fitness influencer, so like you say, when people see people who are killing it, no pun intended, on a vegan diet with their fitness, with their physique, you're able to showcase that. But you're also doing it through the other side of things. So you work with sanctuaries, you work with shelters. So whichever direction you'd like to go, maybe we could start with the fitness side of things first. How, like, when you think about where you're at right now with your nutrition, with your fitness, how did you get to where you are now, and what were some of the challenges and some of the insights that you made along the way?
All right, so now we turn it to me. Like, Jillian was the one that turned us vegan, but I was the one that got us into fitness. Exactly. So, I was actually already training and doing CrossFit and all that when Jillian went vegan. So I was really into looking good, right? So we were super different back then. Like, if you would have met us 8 years ago, you would have been like, they're only sisters. Like, they don't even look alike, because we grew up with so many tags
and so many labels. We want to just
so when I was a teenager, I just wanted to be the opposite as Jillian, right? Because all my life I grew up like, why is she more quiet? Why are you loud? Why is she the good one? Why are you the bad?
Oh, yeah,
so we were always battling with these labels. So when she went vegan, I was all, like, when she was going the transition, I was still eating meat, and I was the one training, and she was the lazy one. So it was just craziness. Yeah, so opposites. When we started this project of Om Twiins, it kind of brought us together, like, totally, because we finally found something that we both related, that was our love for animals and taking care of our bodies.
And we also, my sister started to bring out fitness into the whole Om Twiins thing, because she wanted us to, like, give something to someone that it would help them, you know, and not just about relationship. But every time I remember back then, and we always talk about it, like, we remember the first post that we wanted to make, me being a vegan and she was still a meat eater, and I would always be like, no, we have to, you know, think it again, because we can't say this, we can't promote this. So it wasn't until she went vegan that everything kind of, like, all the puzzles fell into the right place, that Om Twiins actually started. And she was the one, you know, that started with all the fitness and starting training.
So I do believe that we are visual animals, and we all want to look and feel amazing, right? So I feel that as vegans, if we really want to impact this movement, we got to start with ourselves. So if we take care of ourselves, our bodies, and how we feel, how we think, how we talk, and we polish everything, is going to make an impact greater for the animals, right? So this is why for us it's so important to watch how we look and lead with example. If we're gonna be crushing it at the gym and asking our clients to do the same, we gotta show up for ourselves every single day too. So that's pretty much it. We just lead with example, and we ask for other vegans to do the same.
Yeah. You know, what I loved about that story is you mentioned when you were younger, you were trying to find ways of differentiating from each other, right? You're trying to find your own identity. And it sounds like, you know, like a lot of kids are trying to find their own identity through adolescence. But it was kind of the, you know, the more superficial things, right? Like they weren't really deep parts of yourself, but where you came together was you found like an empathy within yourself, right? And that's a part of who you are. It's a part of who everybody is. Most people have a deep sense of empathy. They just haven't tapped into it. So you found common ground there, and you also found common ground in wanting to feel your best and being able to, you know, express the most that you have to the world around you, which I think is it's really awesome to see.
Thank you.
So you brought in the fitness side of things, but you're also into the animal advocacy and the shelter work that you guys do. So what does that look like for you guys? What are you doing in that realm, and how are you sharing it with the people who follow you?
All right, for us it's super important that if you're vegan, you gotta like really either you're plant-based or you're vegan for the animals, right? For us this is super important because there's now on 2020 like the movement kind of like suffered so much from this confusion, right? So many people non-vegans appearing, and we really believe that there's not such thing as non-vegans. It's just people that were plant-based and they just changed their diet, right? Which is okay and that's perfectly fine, but if you're against animal cruelty, you cannot be.
There's no way.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way to change. So this is why showing animals on our feeds and not only our bodies and meals is so important for us so people really still connect with the victims, right? And understand that this is for them and this is our drive.
Yeah, and obviously we've been trying to work with more sanctuaries. I'm actually rocking one of the shirts that we're working with, a brand that a lot of the earnings they go for shelters here in Playa del Carmen. We are also with Acción Animal. We're always advocating for people adopting, like little things like that actually make a huge change. You know, not just for animals that we find like pets. It's easier for people to make the connection, but then you can actually tell them like, okay, now try to go to a sanctuary, like Tierra de Animales. And
there's this awesome place called Tierra de Animales here in Cancun, Land of Animals, and the owners are completely vegan. So you go to the sanctuary and there's images and messages of veganism, right? It's such a beautiful thing. And
actually, I feel it helped Julian.
Yeah, exactly. Vegan, right? I always date people that are not vegan and turn them into vegans.
I don't know how she does that.
So that happened with Julian, which is my partner now. He's 1 year vegan and crushing it.
Amazing.
I took him to Tierra de Animales and he was...
he did the connection.
Yeah, so fast. So we really suggest to people to look for these places, support them, and just go hang out with the animals and see that they're exactly like your dog.
Yeah, feel the energy. Because we really feel like people are not bad. If you show them what they're really, contributing to and supporting, most of them will be like, I don't want to be a part of this. So it's just to be like helpful, understanding, with patience and love, and we always think like they'll come around. Like
totally. I just had an interview the other day with Kerry Kidd, and he brought up the idea of cognitive dissonance, where you talked about how people make that connection with puppies and they make that connection with their animals at home, but they might not have it with the animals that are on the farm. But if they go to a sanctuary, sometimes the most affectionate animals are like chickens, or I went to a sanctuary once and the most affectionate animals on the farm were turkeys. They just wanted to hug the whole time. So if you can help people in some way, shape, or form break down that separation that they have between their dog at home or their cat at home and the big cow in the pasture has the exact same emotional ability, then people can start, like you're saying, it's within most people, that ability to express compassion, that ability to express empathy. You just have to help people find a way of making that connection.
Yes.
So speaking of which, you help people in a myriad of ways. You help people make that connection and show them through your posts, the how to express that empathy, how to express that compassion. But you also help people on the diet side of things, on the fitness side of things. So how does that work? Like, you do one-on-one coaching, I know, but what is it that you help people with? What are the questions that you have, and how do you guide people?
All right, with our one-on-one coaching, we take care of these main areas, right? Fitness, nutrition, mindset, and routine. For us, it's super important when you're trying to make a change to first nail down these first three areas, right? The fitness, the nutrition, and your mindset. People, when they
neglect it so much.
Yeah, we are fitness trainers, and this is what we charge for. But you neglect the mindset part, and this is so important. We gotta basically rewire our brain and just open to new things. And how you are gonna be able to do that when you surround yourself with a community, right? Or when you get coaching, you get somebody basically into your life that's gonna help you apply all these new things. Right? So this is why we completely ask people to open up to coaching, because we're in a world where they tell us that we need to do everything by ourselves, right? We are self-made, we self-taught. Like, what? If you go to school, you want your doctor to be taught by somebody else, right? Like,
not self-taught.
exactly, not self-taught, exactly. So this is why we tell people, like, why, if Michael Jordan has a coach, what makes you think that you don't need one, right? So if you want to learn a language, go and get
someone that already knows.
Exactly. So if you want to get in shape, go vegan and everything, don't try to do it alone. This will just make you suffer, frustrated, and not get the results that you want, right? So we ourselves have experience with this. She went vegan almost 8 years ago. I went vegan 7 years ago, and there were so many things in the way that maybe we would have had more help back then. It would have been easier, but the community back then was just starting, right? Now, open Instagram, there's so many people
everywhere,
and then with fitness, right? When we started, we really didn't know what we were doing, and we lost so much gains in the beginning, right? Because you're doing all these fad diets and what you see on Instagram, and this looks cool.
Trying to recreate.
We have so many videos doing so many stupid things on the gym.
We can't wait to share them.
Exactly. So now we love to be that person for our clients that show them the right way and the way that is gonna get them results fast. So it's so vital for us to share that if you want to do anything in life fast, good, and have results, go to a coach, right? It doesn't matter what. So this is why we love coaching so much. Also, we learn from our clients so much. And it's like a giving back.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I think if anybody thinks about the things that they're good at now, if they could go back and teach themselves a few tricks here and there, they would have shortened the path by, probably several years. So having a coach or a mentor or a guide along the way is a great way to, one, keep you motivated, keep you accountable, but also help you know about all the things that you don't know, because most people go into a goal, they have an idea of what they want to achieve, and they know what they know what they don't know, but they don't know what they don't know, and that's what a coach can really help with.
Exactly.
So
for us was super important. Like we've always had each other to rely on.
I was just gonna say that.
So we know that for many people this is like you don't have maybe that support or that's new. So it's hard to ask for help. But for us it's so natural, right? If I need any, just call her immediately.
People find your Om Twin. Go find.
We can do your Om Twin.
Yeah, exactly. So, and how do you do your coaching? Is it online? Is it like in person? Is it both? How do you do your coaching?
Online mainly, but we also have a studio. We used to before the pandemic, and more presential. Yeah, right there with the people. Right there with the people. But right now we focus more on our online social. Yeah, we were the first studio here in Playa del Carmen that focused only on women.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we most women that go to the gym experience maybe awkward situations, or they feel like they're being undermined by men, or maybe they feel
like insecure. They don't know how to lift, or according to their body type and their goals.
So we wanted to create this safe space for women. So this is what we have here in Playa. We have really small groups now because of the pandemic and all that. But it's still going strong, and all of the walls are plastered with vegan messages. So most of the women that come here also want to come and do a change with their diet.
That's why for us it's so easy. Like this is a way we do activism in a more successful way, because people actually want to train with us, want to get the results, but they know that we're gonna tell them like, okay, part of this is that you have to go vegan, and we give them all these documentaries and information. And this is a good outlet, like the one-on-one actually being with them. But the other part is the coaching online, and that it's amazing. I think it's a beautiful way to connect with people all over the world.
Actually, the pandemic was like a blessing in disguise for us last year, because when it happened, we had to shut down the studio. It was like, wow, what are we gonna do now, right? We just had the best year of the first brand new, like we just had the ¿cómo se llama? El aniversario, the anniversary.
Our anniversary,
the party and all that, and then 1 month later we closed, right? So
you had the anniversary right before the closure.
Yeah, like a month before everything hit, we were like celebrating all this, the success with the Om Studio, and then we had to close it. it.
Yeah, it was just weird times, right? And actually a friend suggested, like, why don't you do it online? And it was like, boom, why not, right? And Julian was already a coach online, so we kind of joined forces, and now we're doing all together the Jack Vegans Academy, and it's going so amazing. And it's crazy how much we can reach to other people around the world, and how much misinformation also for veganism there is, right? And so many people battling with the guy at my gym tells me to eat meat and I'm not comfortable, so they find this community, and it's just been amazing. So this past year with COVID, it was like seriously at this blessing in disguise, because we found this new passion, which is coaching online.
They say necessity is the mother of all ingenuity.
It just pushes you. You have to act, you know?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
You mentioned a couple things there. I had a question about what it's like to be vegan, especially going back 7 years ago in Mexico. You know,
it was horrible. It's torture. Especially where I used to live.
What's that?
Especially where I used to live, like Querétaro. It's like more like super everything around the food. It's all about animal origin, you know, like
even
heavily.
Even there in Querétaro, like cockfighting and bullfighting is super popular.
Yeah, right.
So it was hard.
Well, so you've had you're in a unique situation, because you went vegan in a place where, like you said, like you didn't even know what that word was 8 years ago, and from 8 years ago to today, there's been a huge movement, but mostly in places like Los Angeles or London, or like the big the city hubs, right, of North America and Europe. So, I mean, I'm just making a guess, but I don't imagine that you guys had, through those 8 years, the same number of vegan restaurants that sprung up in LA, sprung up in London, sprung up in Toronto. So, what did you learn between then and today? And you mentioned some misconceptions that people have about veganism, especially when their trainers tell them to eat certain ways. What lessons do you learn along the way between then and now, and how do you share those lessons with your clients or people who reach out to you?
Well, right now, like you say, it's much easier than before. Like I just remember 8 years ago, it was like so difficult to even find recipes online. I remember I had this one page that I try to recreate all these things. And just the community has grown so much, and we're just blessed to be in Playa del Carmen. It was one of the reasons that we decided to move here, because for us, Tulum especially, it's like the capital of veganism and yoga here in Mexico, but like you had all these festivals going on, and that's where we got the amazing opportunity to actually meet people.
The community, that we admire.
Yeah, so yeah.
And I really do believe that most people don't know how to eat on any diet, right? So whether you're vegetarian or vegan or whatever your diet is, you gotta just really inform yourself how much protein, fats, carbs, calories your body needs, right? And what are your goals and all that, because how we're taught is so outdated. Like our parents didn't know how to eat, and
bless their hearts, but
exactly. So there's this shift now, and I'm so happy that all the people have the information on our hands. So let's take advantage. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Gijo. Like 8 years ago, she did the change by herself. So when people tell us, oh, what is one person gonna do, and how is that gonna impact the world? She went vegan, now I'm vegan, our older sister's vegan, my mother's vegan, Julian is vegan. Like all our inner circle is vegan, right? And our best friends are vegan. So that's what, when you say like, of course, you can make a change, and it all started with a video on YouTube. So that's amazing, like the immense approach we can have with people. If we just start getting out there and just sharing is what we're always saying, people, like just share your message and how you view the world. Doesn't matter if 2 people are watching.
Totally. Well, because those 2 people, if 2 people watch and 2 people change, then they'll tell 2 people, and those 2 people will tell 2 people.
And then it just grows crazy, to the numbers that we're seeing right now. The vegan family is amazing. Sometimes we're still frustrated, that we wanted to go faster, but at the same time, it's nice to go back and remember how it used to be to now, and it's mind blowing.
Yeah, no kidding. I love that. And so and by the way, the Yuri interview, I love those interviews. He's such a smart, well-spoken, insightful person. He has a couple different talks though. So if you could share the one specifically that you watched, what was it? 8 years ago, you said?
Gary Yuborowski, yeah, it was the best that you'll ever hear. That's how you look at it on YouTube. It's translated in all the languages possible.
If you could send that to me after this, I'll add it in the show notes just so everybody can. I would like to see it too. I want to know which one of his talks was it that set this in motion.
This is kind of thing that we're saying that we need all kinds of vegan because he's like right in your face, you know.
Oh
like,
yeah.
For that,
yeah. Many people will be like, "Oh, no, that's too aggressive," but it's what needed to happen for Jillian to turn, and Jillian is the most cute, kind vegan ever. So
and it's always works. Like scream at my face, like, "Stop doing that to animals."
I love it. So taking that to your clients now, or to people, not even so much clients. I'm sure that you share a wealth of information with your clients, and you help them every step of the way. For people who reach out to you, whether that's through direct messaging or leaving you comments on your posts on Instagram, I'm sure that some common questions come up, and those are questions that you've had to answer in your journey too. What are some of those questions, and how do you help people navigate through them?
How do you grow your glutes?
Of course.
Yeah, we're known for our huge biceps, by the way. No, for the buns, but we're happy. If you see the pictures, like we just uploaded one of Jillian, like people tend to believe that we've always been curvy, but that's not the case. We were always really like thin. Yeah. So we understand girls that maybe are battling with this and they feel like they need to eat meat or they need to train legs every single day to see results. So this is one of the main questions, like how can I grow my glutes without
all these other things,
Yeah. So and there's also like a lot of misconception about I have to go super heavy on the gym and I have to be a power lifter to see results, right? So we love to teach our clients and the people that follow us on Instagram that you can train basically anywhere you are. Like now with the whole situation that we're into, it's amazing. We had so many clients that sign up the 2 or 3 weeks before the lockdowns, and they still saw amazing, ridiculous results training at home. But you have to train it properly. You gotta give your muscles a reason to grow, right?
Yeah.
And there's so many. We always say that, right? Like there's for women, it's like confuse your muscles. Like no, don't confuse them. Give them a reason to grow.
Overload training.
Yeah, don't confuse yourself. Understand why and what you're doing, and then everything will be so clear.
Yeah, that's what we advise people. Like either it's on fitness and nutrition, mindset. Like you have to repeat, you have to understand, you have to research. Like just do these things to really understand what you're doing, and you'll see amazing.
And this is a lifestyle. People should know it. Like we don't sell 8-week plans. We love to sell lifestyle changes, right? So you train with us 6 months and we guarantee that your life will be completely different afterwards. You not only in how you train and how you eat, but how you talk to yourself, how you feel about yourself, and how do you
that's our main goal.
Yeah.
And never more important than right now, since 2020, the way that you mentioned mindset coaching. So the way that you talk to yourself, or the way that you see the world, the way that you get up in the morning and move forward with momentum has never been more important to have some semblance of control over, because it's easy to these days, it's easy to be overwhelmed with the current state of affairs. So mindset can be everything. Without going into too much detail, because there's a ton to talk about, what is it about your relationships with your clients that you help them with that mindset approach, with the way of talking to themselves, so that they have that momentum to carry forward?
All right. Well, firstly, we do recommend journaling. This is one of the things that we've implemented. Actually, recently we did, and is just writing down your thoughts, not reacting. We tend to do this, right? Something happens and we react and all that. So when you write down your thoughts, you have a more clear version of what happened, right? And with your goals, it's the same. It's good to have a vision board, a plan, strategic
steps.
Exactly. So because it's like you said, it's so easy to get overwhelmed if you don't know what the hell you're doing, right? And so when you have really strategic steps, like, okay, I gotta walk 10,000 steps every day, I gotta eat these type of meals, I gotta train at this time,
and this program,
exactly, and I gotta drink it's gonna be easier, right? And then you don't even have to focus if it's gonna have results right now. You're just focusing on now, on today, and then you recollect all this data, right? This is what we tell people also, like, write down
as possible.
So many people go to the gym and they don't write down how many weight they're carrying, how many reps they're doing. Like, why? Record that. Make sure that you're going in it to win every single day and be better than yesterday. So all these little details that it takes you 2 seconds, like when you're resting between sets, write down how much you're doing. It really takes you nothing. Instead of going in through Instagram, going through your sheet, changes everything. It really changes everything. And also another thing that has changed us a lot is audiobooks. So when you're walking, instead of just listening to music, you're learning the exact lyrics over and over again. We read an audiobook, right? Atomic Habits is amazing. Love Attraction by Abraham Hicks. The Power of Ambition by Jim Rohn. These are books that seriously change our lives, and just they say the exact same things
in different words. It's insane.
Yeah, I'm gonna share it with you. There's 3 points. So basically, the first thing is allowing yourself to want things, right? People not even allow themselves. They're like, oh, no, it's out of the question. I cannot have that, or I want to be fit, but I these XYZ and I'm not allowed to be fit, right? So first thing, allow yourself to want whatever you want. You want $1 million? Allow yourself to want it first, right? Second thing, believe that it can happen, because this is another thing. You cut yourself. You're the only one in front of your dreams, right? Like your main thing. Either you're your best cheerleader or your worst enemy.
Yeah.
So allow yourself to believe that it can happen. And lastly, ask for help. Ask for help. Like, no need to do it by yourself. Like, there's so many people out there that are already rich, they're already
they can help,
muzzled, and they'll be happy to help you. So, yes, changing this will change your life in all areas of your life. We're magnets, and we attract everything that we think. So, start thinking positive, clear, and beautiful about yourself.
Abundance.
Yeah,
that's great. I mean, all 3 points. The last point. Ask for help. There's that I can't remember who said it, but you're the sum total of the 5 people that you surround yourself with the most. And I think that goes a long way, especially today, because it's harder than ever to have a social circle, and it's easier than ever to isolate yourself, to be by yourself. So having people that you can speak with, whether it's a mentor or a coach or a group of friends, but just making sure that they're on a similar path, making sure that they want the best for you and you want the best for them, so that you can move forward together.
You said it. Like, your environment is everything also. So we've all experienced it, right? When you're with somebody that's super fit and healthy, you want to be like that too. Prone to be more fit and healthy. But if you're with the guy that is super partying and sleeps all day, you're gonna be like that. So just surround with people that motivate you. Surround with people that push you to your limit and takes you to a greater goal. And we have only one life, so let's just kick ass.
Exactly. So another question that I like to ask people is, especially in the Instagram sphere, right? Because in Instagram, we can post videos and whatnot, and people can get a better idea of who we are, but they can't grasp the whole picture. And often what happens is people can misunderstand the people that they're seeing on Instagram. So when you think about what you're doing to get across your message, to get across what you feel most empowered about, what you really believe in, how do you feel? What are some of the ways that you feel you're misunderstood, and how would you like people to see it in the way that you would like to share it?
Well, we always try to be as honest and transparent as possible, but we've had some things come across wrong in the wrong way, especially living in Mexico as women. We tend to have like our image. People sometimes don't understand it, or they're a little bit like reserved. So really conservative. So I think that's the one point that we battle the most on social media, like trying to be true to ourselves and our message and what we're trying to conceive and all that. But like sometimes we can't avoid feeling like, okay, this is what we grew up with, you know, and we have to like break these stereotypes, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So I bet like everybody that's been on a fitness journey has experienced this. The more
backlash.
you start loving yourself, you want to just show yourself like you are, right? No makeup, no clothes, no anything.
Yourself.
And most people will hate you for it. So you just gotta be true to yourself. At the end, the only person that you gotta
live with,
it's yourself. So yeah, we really try to people to be as truth as possible.
That's that you said the more you I don't know exactly how you said it, but you said something to the effect that the more you start to understand yourself, the more you start to love yourself, the more you want to share that with the world around you, and and people around you can take that. I wouldn't even say the wrong way. It's I don't know if this is just the way I see it. Is that when you express yourself authentically, you're going to gravitate, like what do they say? Your vibe becomes your tribe, right? Or your vibe attracts your tribe. But there's also going to be people who see that, and it's going to reflect the things that they, that they have trouble with, because they're like, oh, I wish that I was able to express myself that way, but I hold myself back, or I wish that I had the willpower to do that, or whatever it ends up being. And it's painful for them to see that reflected in themselves. So, unfortunately, that can seem like they're casting stones, but really they're just working through their own thing.
Yeah, that's why
you never know.
Like thick skin, right? On social media, you can't take things personally. You have to take them, like.
And if we're talking compassion, right? Like, exactly. If somebody's talking horrible to you, imagine how they're talking to themselves. So don't even pay attention to that. Send love. And if you need to, block people. We list a long list of block people. We don't get scared of using that button, and I really suggest people that start using it. You don't have to follow everybody on social media. If somebody that used to motivate you doesn't motivate you anymore, unfollow. That's it. You don't even have to tell them, right? Whatever keeps you in peace and happy, do that.
Totally. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And there's an interesting thing going on right now with social media where you, like, for instance, we're having a conversation right now, and it's all thanks to the fact that we're able to connect with people all around the world, which is amazing. But there's also maybe going back to your point that you brought up earlier, which is having the people around, those 3 points, right? Giving yourself permission to have a vision and to go after it. Shoot, I forgot the second point.
Believe.
Believe. And the third one is the support, asking people for support, asking people for help. And if you don't have that network of people around you, but you're on social media and you're seeing everybody's highlight reel, that can have a real compound negative effect. So following people that inspire you, following people like yourselves that are giving people an avenue to, become their best self, and then surrounding yourself with people that are going to help you get there, I think is, a real secret sauce to mental health in 2021.
Yes. Thank you. Believe so.
So I know that we're coming up on time here, so I want to be respectful of it, but there's going to be people here who maybe follow you, or they're maybe not following you, but they want to, and they want to learn more about you. They want to learn more about your coaching, what you guys do. What's the best way to reach out to you guys and connect?
Om Twiins at our page on Instagram. That's where we respond and we're more active. We also have a webpage by the same name, Om Twiins. You can look us up. And
we have separate accounts also where we share more details of our own personal lives. So we invite you to follow any of our accounts and shoot us a DM. If you have any question, we're always super happy to.
We love to connect with people, like new people.
So
awesome.
Go ahead, and we're here for you.
I'll put all those in the show notes. For people who are listening right now, if there was anything that you wanted to share that you didn't get a chance to in the interview, or if there's any suggestions, tips, people who are on the fence thinking about starting out, whatever you wanted to share right now, what is it that you'd like people to take away from this interview?
Okay, go vegan.
That's
love it.
Something we love to say always, but
that's our
if you're already vegan and you practice this compassionate lifestyle towards others, do it for yourself too, right? Don't forget that you are precious, you're beautiful, and if you're going through a hard time, just reach out. You're not alone. So yeah, basically that's all we really want to share people now in this 2021, coming from a really tough year. Focus on yourself. Focus on, if Corona taught us anything, is that our health is super important, and relationship with the people that we love is crucial, vital, right? Yeah. Exactly. So don't take those for granted. Take care of your health, take care of your fitness, and take care of the people around you, for sure.
Love that. Well, thank you too. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm super excited to see what you guys do in 2021. And we'll have to connect, again at some point.
Yeah. Taylor, please come to Playa del Carmen. You have your home here, your gym, everything. And the people watching, please come to Playa. We'll take good care of you.
Thanks again for checking out this episode of the Power Plant Body podcast. If you enjoyed it, I'd be very grateful if you left it a rating and review on iTunes. When you leave a rating and review, it really helps because it lets iTunes know, and they'll be more likely to promote it to others who could also benefit from hearing these conversations. Feel free to share it with people who could also benefit from hearing the positive and inspiring messages Eileen and Jillian shared today. I know you'll want to learn more about their coaching, so you can connect with the Om Twins and find out more by going to their Instagram at Om_Twins. That's at OM_TWINS. And they have a link to their coaching consultation form in their bio. And as they said, if you're ever in Playa del Carmen, you can make sure to check out their fitness studio, Om Studio. Don't forget to head over to powerplantbody.com/free-tools to get your hands on a free copy of the Goal Wheel PDF, along with tons of other free tools. I'm regularly adding new resources to that page to help you create the best version of yourself, so you'll definitely want to bookmark it. You can find me on Instagram at The Vegan Trainer. That's at TheVeganTrainer. And feel free to send me a DM if you have any questions or suggestions for future episodes. Thanks again for spending time with me and the Om Twins today. I'll see you in the next episode.